Hello, my name is William Jordan, and this is my career analysis presentation on becoming a financial advisor. A little bit of career overview. When working as a financial advisor, there's two main sectors you can work in. The first being directly with clients, and the second being directly for a company. From 2022 to 2023, the job was expected to grow 17%. The main goals of financial advisor are to plan your clients' financial investments and money needs for the future. This is important because you have to understand many different parts of the market. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics lists it as personal financial advisors assess the financial needs of individuals and help them with decisions on investments such as stocks and bonds, tax laws, and insurance. On the right here, I have a little graph that kind of breaks up the percentages of where each financial advisor, what sector they work in. About 60% are in securities, 16% are in credit, and 3% are both in professional services and insurance. And then the 18% is just an accumulation of everything then. Job responsibilities and tasks. So the job responsibilities and tasks are look a little different for an individual and for company workers. For an individual, you have to weigh the risk of your client. Each client prefers a different level of risk. Some clients prefer high risk, high reward. Some clients will prefer low risk, low reward. So depending on that, you need to figure out what your client wants and make a good investment plan. Another thing that is really important is client relationships. Advisors must assess almost everything about a client, their age, relationship status, debt, income, but just basically everything anything financial related and personal related to kind of give them a grasp of the current financial situation of the client to understand the risk preferences. For a company, it's a little different because you're advising for large projects such as acquisitions and expansions. You're mostly just giving your subjective opinions on if these decisions should go through, if these are worthwhile, and just evaluating the risk and reward of these decisions. Needed skills. The technical skills side, you mostly need financial planning skills, which includes understanding Bloomberg terminals, which basically just gives you a bigger overview of a company's current financials. You also need mastery of Excel or QuickBooks. Excel is more used to manipulate numbers, and QuickBooks is more on the accounting side for companies to easily insert their numbers. So having a mastery in both, you can look at those numbers, manipulate them, and understand the company's current financial status. So more of the soft skills, as I listed earlier, are like the conversations and client relationships. And it also wealth management, understanding how to build your own wealth is very important to help build wealth for others. It's also very heavy knowledge based. You require heavy research to understand all the different markets, including securities, insurance, accounting, debt, and equity. All these markets build upon each other. When one goes up, another one will go down. So understanding the relationships and understanding all of them in the current state is very important. Education and certificates. Legally, there's no education required to give someone financial advice, but there are licenses that you do need to actually trade and spend someone else's money for them. That's either the Series 73 or Series 7 or Series 63 of the General Security Representative license. Series 7 is just state by state, and Series 63 is for any state. More recommended, more is more needed nowadays is either a bachelor's in finance, accounting, economics, or statistics. Having your CFP, CFA, or CHFC are all very well needed nowadays to get in your not to get your foot in the door, but to get those higher level jobs in the market in the field. Having any of those isn't very well needed. One of my skill gaps currently is not having experience within the field. Um, so my goal is to secure an internship prior to graduation. I'll do this by applying to at least 10, aiming to get one, but I'll probably apply to more than 10. I'll do this by utilizing the sources that the school offers, such as the CCD, LinkedIn, Handshake, any way to get my name out there and network and find these internship opportunities. There's also many offerings, such as the career fairs. Going to those, I would hope to find something and get my career started. This is relevant because having that real work experience is needed for those higher level jobs. And to pass your CFP and CFA, you need to understand how the market works. I plan to complete this by prior to my graduation of 2026 in May. So hopefully have one either before I graduate, get that one done. And if I need to have a second one after I graduate, if I don't have the job already lined up. My second skill gap kind of flows into the first. I want to obtain either my CFP or CFA prior to graduating. I will choose which one I want to go for. I'm not exactly sure yet. With that, I'll complete all the coursework and exams and fulfill all the requirements needed to graduate almost to get your CFP or CFA or to pass, I should say. I'll do this by sitting aside at least 1 to 3 hours a day to study. This is a very tedious process. It can take people up to 3 to 4 years to complete this. So I need to set aside plenty of time each day to actually study and research to actually understand what's going on. This is relevant because obtaining my CFA or CFP isn't required, but it's something that I want to do, and it's something that will improve my professional career. And will, without one, it's practically impossible to get into a big firm or to even start a firm yourself. Not having that credentials is very important. Um, my end goal is then to have my CFP or CFA 3 to 4 years after graduation or as soon as I can start working on it. I know in my classes you can start getting your first levels done, so hopefully I will start doing that soon. And by the time I graduate, I only have a little bit left to do, and I'll have my CFP or CFA a few years after graduation. These are my resources, and that is the end of my presentation.